I thank Marianne Williamson because she had the courage to say that enough is enough. I am vaccinated and boosted, and Joe Rogan can say whatever he damn well pleases on his platform. And the tweet went viral. And I looked at all the responses. Overwhelmingly, they support her. Are there outliers who think that she's bad? Yeah, of course. There's always going to be some people. You're not going to win everybody, but if the overwhelming majority says, yes, thank you, somebody, please stand up to this tyranny of big tech censorship, it has to come from the left. It can't come from the right. Because, the secret, ladies and gentlemen, big tech funds the Democrats. They don't fund the Republicans. And if they do, they fund it very little. These are all Silicon Valley-based people. Who do you think Bill Gates donates to? Who do you think Mark Zuckerberg donates to? Who do you think I don't even know if Elon Musk does donate. I have to look into that. I know that he supported Kanye West, which again is just a joke. We know that. And of course, Jeff Bezos. Bezos is a little bit more shrewd about where his money goes. So we have to keep we also have, like, again, there's a lot of people like to say, follow the money. Following the money is very, very important because that will tell you who's basically putting money in the back of people's, in their back pockets. We know that that's bad. But Marianne, she's been on fire. And I know that about, I want to say 2 months ago, maybe a little less, but there was an article by a good journalist, Holly Otterbein, in Politico, that talked about the possibility of President Biden having a primary challenger in 2024. I personally don't think Joe is going to run again. And they're trying to figure out the most sensible way to try to transition, if you will, whatever that's going to look like. But the three individuals who were mentioned in that article as the possible primary challengers to Joe Biden, it was only three. One of them was Joe Sandberg, the entrepreneur from California. He is going to be our main guest on the podcast on Wednesday night. We had planned to have him on this previous week. It didn't work out. It happens. But he's going to be here on Wednesday night. And we're going to have a great conversation. And yes, we will ask him whether or not he is going to be running for president. I don't think he's going to do that. The next person was Nina Turner. And we all know what I think and Jen thinks of Nina Turner. She is the best of us. And I think that she would be potentially the strongest heir apparent to Bernie's movement. But she has chosen another path. She is running for re-election in Congress in Ohio's 11th district. And shots already fired in that race. Her opponent and incumbent, Shontel Brown, she went on MSNBC today and said that it was Nina who was taking all the dark money. Nina did have a super PAC supporting her, but there is no dark money that was getting behind her. You can find the money that was donated. Dark money is when you can't trace that money. And all that money went to Shontel Brown. I guess the idea is to basically lie your way into success if you can. Kayla, thank you for checking in. It was actually the first topic I covered this evening. Hope you'll check it out. We are extremely disappointed in Representative Ash Kalra, who could have brought this vote to the floor. It goes without saying that we really need to strike while the iron's hot and try to get as many people up to Sacramento as possible right now to march on the state capitol for CalCare. Electoral politics alone is not going to solve our problems. We need non-corporate representation, but we need an inside-outside movement, as we've always said. The outside movement is people in the streets, and we need them now. So that's where we stand on that topic. And then getting back to what I just said, Marianne Williamson right now, at this very moment, looks to be the heir apparent to Bernie's movement. And who would have thunk it? Apparently a lot of people. I like to observe what people say on social media. And so much of the responses regarding Marianne, I should have given her a closer look. I should have been more considerate of her message. When you are running into the progressive lane in 2020, there really was only room for one candidate. A lot of others were jockeying for position, and a lot of others have co-opted the word progressive. We all know that. To me, the word is non-corporate. That's the word. It is a word. It's a hyphenated word, but it counts. She's been doing a fantastic job. If you haven't seen some of her recent interviews, I highly recommend you check them out. And I think there's going to be quite a few more coming up. I think she's got the cojones to do this. I do. I also think, and this is one of the big differences between Marianne and Bernie that I think could tilt the scales in her favor. I think Marianne has the ability to go into the rooms with the very affluent and powerful and communicate with them in a way that Bernie never could. I think she would have the ability to sound the alarm in a way that Bernie simply wasn't able to do. Marianne's been in that world for a very long time. You know, she was Oprah's spiritual advisor. I mean, how much more in the club, if you will, can you get in terms of connections and influence and meeting all different types of people all over the world? And being able to tell them, this country's going in one of two directions. It's either going in the direction of FDR or it's going in the direction of Hitler. Make your choice. And I think she can make that case. So we'll see what happens. This is assuming, of course, that Bernie doesn't run for a third time, but I simply don't see it. I think Bernie knows that he could actually be a lot more effective from the outside as the Senate. What is his role again? All these roles that they take on. Chair of the Budget Committee. But in terms of his influence, there's no question that I think that that's where Bernie's final place in politics is going to be. I think that he knows that the best thing he could do now is try to lift up his heir apparents, if you will. And we'll see how that comes about. But obviously nothing's going to happen until the midterms. We know that. And it'll be very interesting to see how that ultimately unfolds.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.